music, and well, we may not be able to play some music that way. Let's see about playing some music this way. Well, we'll just play no music anyway. Good
Now we're
morning.
live.
Good morning. We're live, and I'm Dave Glovin, and we have William Lockette with us this morning. And let's see. By then, we should be live on my profile. If we go to my profile and look, yep, we are. There it says we're
Excellent.
live. It says we're live on my profile. For the next couple of minutes, if you watch, you may have to hit that red and white live button up in the corner, which will bring you to the live chat. And then eventually, sometime today or tomorrow, the broadcast will get to the list. And I apologize for not hitting the go live button instead of hitting the music. So we're not perfect. But if you go into my profile and you hit the share button, we can do a quick Senator Gibb Memorial pre-rehearsal where Donald Trump, you have it. Red Patriots for America, you have it. We Need Patriots, you have it. The Red MAGA Nation, you have it. Boogie with the Bull Uncensored Group, you have it. Let's see. Conservative Freedom Defenders, you have it. United Patriotic News, you have it. American Regulators, you have it. And no, I don't want to send it there because I know I screwed up. We'll send it to this one instead. Stand with Trump, you have it. And we're live there. And we will podcast it later. As soon as we end, we'll podcast it to Streetlock, MeWe, Gab. If Truth Social is working right this morning, we will try to send it there as well. Anyway, we're live and just having fun. This is live radio, so it just is the way.
It's good times.
It is the way it is. We just drink coffee and have fun.
Struggle our way through the technical difficulties.
And we covered St. Nancy won't get her statue in Washington, D.C. I don't think she'll get her statue in Washington, D.C. I joked on one post that maybe we will see the stockade of Nancy in San Francisco. Well,
That'd be amusing.
I was watching what I thought was a real program, although it had slides of Tulsi Gabbard and slides of Nancy Pelosi. And then at the end, it said she was sentenced to the rest of her life in prison. And I'm going, oh, crap, I just wasted my time watching an AI.
It's like, I thought this was totally legit. Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the best one was watching one where she got executed. Paul was in prison in Gitmo. And I'm going, shit, I just watched an AI. And that was a long one. It was like 2.5 hours.
Damn.
And that's how they get you. They get you at the end because you've watched this thing and you're hungry to see how it ends out. And obviously, they're still alive. Because I've questioned before if they have gone to Gitmo and had a military tribunal, which is different than going through the courts. Yeah. In a military tribunal, they can, in fact, be executed. They can, in fact, be at Gitmo for the rest of their life. But my question is, if they've been executed or they're at Gitmo for the rest of their life, and you see them every day in videos all over Facebook and all over YouTube, what happens to the person who's playing the fake one?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how they phase that out because they never changed. It's the same person. They stay in that character forever.
Well, I would guess that maybe they go somewhere private and take the mask off and then go into witness protection.
Well, but how could you still have somebody in the mask?
Well, you can't go into witness protection, I would think, if you're wearing a mask of Nancy Pelosi.
Truly.
I mean, maybe you could, but
Wouldn't be the best disguise.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't.
No.
It wouldn't be. Although you could go to Halloween Land and every day you could be Nancy Pelosi.
Or just go to California. It doesn't really matter.
You could stay in California and be Nancy Pelosi. And, probably be the only one living at Alcatraz.
That's an awesome idea. I like that.
The only one living at Alcatraz?
No, just bringing Alcatraz back is a thing. It's going to be ridiculously expensive and totally screw their tourism for the area, but that's okay because then we'll have an island to send people to that's just right there.
Well, this is what I wonder about. They're building new prisons here and there, and they're cleaning up old ones. Well, why clean up the old ones? Just put these people there. Just put them there the way it is.
Then some of them wouldn't be secure, and then there is some inhumane shit that would have to happen for that to work. Like, oh, sorry, you don't have any running water, so
Yeah, I guess Alligator Alcatraz here in Florida would be out because you don't have real dorms that you can put people in. You just put them under a tent and.
It's like, we're going to put you underneath these carports on a bunch of fucking bunk beds.
What I thought I was hearing is that you weren't going to be there like you were in prison. You were only going to be there long enough to cross the other side of the property onto a plane and leave.
Right. Like it would just be a short-term storage, and then that's pretty much how it functioned.
And Tom Holman and I don't know his first name. I don't remember it. Mr. Lyons, who is the head of ICE, have said, we only want to go after the criminals right now in this phase and hopefully move them out. And Kristi Noem said, no, we want to go after everybody. Right. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, we've gone after the criminals. We've gone after everybody. Now are we going after the naturalized citizens? Because that I didn't want to hear.
No. I mean, I really don't think that that's going to be the next step.
Yeah. Well, I just figured not that we would send them back to wherever they came from, but we might intern them until this is all over. And I just thought that would be...
It'd be a bad idea because then once again you'd have an overpopulation problem because then you wouldn't be sending them anywhere. You'd just be having them sitting there and not doing anything. And the second you put them to work, congratulations, you've opened another concentration camp.
Yeah. I think we're all above that.
Yeah. I think we're beyond that as a society.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love seeing work crews on the side of highways and shit. I think that people should be put to work if you're going to be serving a massive amount of time and you actually want to serve a purpose rather than just sitting around rotting and eating food. But yeah, to dedicate something like that to the use against citizens who have been naturalized already or are in the process of actually going through the steps to get their green cards or citizenship, then that'd be a bad idea. It'd be a bad look.
Yeah. I know we have to do something with illegal truck drivers getting their CDL and driving trucks illegally. And the videos that I keep seeing is the police officer looking and asking them a question and then just going, yeah.
Dude, I don't know how the hell y'all doing it down there because up here in Alaska, you can't get away with that shit. If you have a CDL and you're driving a rig up here, you are under strict monitoring and usually, weekly drug tests. I have no idea how all these people are breaking the law down there, getting their CDLs and keeping them.
I'm just assuming that they're probably not real CDLs. They're handed to them, and which puts the people that hand them to them illegal. And it's just something that's gone crazy. And when you bring, for lack of putting it better, good old Americans back into doing what they used to do, the prices that have gone down on like grocery store items, are they going to go up to be able to pay these people? Gas prices are going down, which looks good. I don't know about diesel prices, but gas prices are starting to go down.
Excellent.
And people, at least here, I don't know where they are in Skagway, but here they seem to be slowly going down.
What y'all paying down there anyway?
$2.58 at one BJ's and $2.68 at I think at the other. And I would imagine that you're paying $6.82.
Dude, paying about $5 a gallon. Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Fortunately, I have a 22-gallon tank, and I only got to fill it up once about every month and a half, so that's good.
I remember when I was driving my my Ford Expedition, because other people were driving my town car. I don't think I kept the Expedition with anywhere near a full tank. And this was back when George Bush saw the price go up to $4 a gallon. I was just going, it's
expensive.
It's just too much. It's just too much. If they pay cash, then I'll put half a tank of gas in it, and I'll use it that way. Or if they need the Expedition, I'll charge them for the use of the Expedition. But
yes.
I was one of those guys that I had one guy, two guys, three guys that I think were working through me that I just became more concerned with what they were doing, making sure they had work and
right. So,
which again is part of the reason why one doesn't last as a viable option for them to do that, only because the Cadillac I bought was the Cadillac I wanted, but it was a complete piece of junk.
Fair enough.
So it didn't matter. My wife Donna will still look at me when I bring that into the conversation. She will go, "No, you should not have bought that car." And I can honestly say now, yes, I should not have bought that car, even though I really wanted that car, and I took it back 6 times hoping that they fixed it. And the 7th time to take it back, fortunately, God fixed it. The engine seized and the transmission blew. And that fixed it.
No longer a problem.
it was no longer a problem. And the service person at the pay on the lot that I bought it from in Connecticut said to me, "Oh, by the way, I got something very important to tell you. I've never worked on a Cadillac engine before."
Oh, God. That's never something you want to hear from somebody who's looking at your car.
I think the guy who owned the lot bought it because it looked really cool and people would see it there and they would come down and look at cars. And I pushed him very hard to sell it, and it was probably a mistake. And now I drive a Dell Inspiron 3570 because of the Parkinson's side of my dementia. I don't, and probably the dementia side too. You don't want to see me drive a car. So.
Fair enough.
It's probably been 4 years.
Really?
Since the last one. And I really don't let it bother me. At first, I mean, it does bother me, but, I've gotten used to other people, to Donna driving me around to the point that I probably wouldn't trust a lot of people that do or could.
Yeah.
So,
So what is this about the reducing the cost of weight loss drugs, but not reducing the cost of groceries? I know that Trump was doing something about the cost of groceries, but I can't remember, or the cost of healthy food. Weren't him and RFK talking something about that?
Yep. Why would you want to reduce the cost of weight loss stuff? Because if if you're not able to get food because the prices are too high, wouldn't you want to leave that extra fat right now on people?
Well, not only that, but diet and exercise are the ultimate weight loss. So
Yeah,
why
yeah.
would you not
I
do
mean,
that?
I mean, I don't understand this whole thing. I guess we could battle about a continuous clean resolution forever, but you got to eat in November,
Yeah,
and you got to eat at the end of November.
yeah,
Especially, you got something to be thankful for, even if it's thankful that you're eating. And it looks like that's going to happen, but it doesn't look like anything else is going to happen.
which is weird.
And Chuck Schumer, like you said in the green room, I think he's on his way out. I
Yeah,
really
I
do.
really don't see Schumer hanging in very much longer. There's too much
I don't.
momentum from the crazy left to push people out and put them
Yeah,
in with new people who they're looking for. Schumer represents an old guard, and the older way of doing things for the Democrats, much like a lot of people do for the Republicans. Uh,
I saw Riley Gaines as an option as a Republican against him as a senator, but the only
why
thing
does that
is,
name ring a bell? Who is that?
well, she's the lady who said, "If you're a man, get out of my locker room."
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember her. Okay.
You know, and if you're a man, get off my stage, and I should be winning because I should not be swimming against what was or is a man.
Yeah.
Uh, then there was also AOC who was saying, and she wasn't lying, in the House even she was pulling double digits that
For the
that
first
she
time
could
ever.
win, that she could win against him. Yeah. So, who knows what could happen in that race? Who knows what could happen on the Republican side? I don't know if Curtis Sliwa, the head of the Guardian Angels, I don't know if he can pull it off. But this is like the third time grassroots campaign, so maybe
I don't know. He's been putting in a ton of work, and they have an amazing amount of positive PR for them right now. I don't know if that's going to be enough to take it, though.
Yeah. And I hear Zohan, however you say it, there's someone in the House of Representatives saying he's openly admitted to helping out a terrorist organization, and maybe we need to pull his citizenship and send him back to Uganda. I don't know enough to make.
I don't know. I always hear stuff like that, and then nothing ever happens.
Yeah. What do you know that something's going to happen this morning? Enough of this that's not going to happen. What do we know that's going to happen?
Sun's coming up. Eventually. 6:20. I think sunrise now is like closer to 9:00, and then sunset is like getting closer to 5:00, 4:30.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all I can tell some people is that if you need that nap through the time change, take it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what.
Naps in general are good. I love a good nap.
Yeah, they are. What else?
Let's see. There is the Michigan Department of Transportation protest, or they're trying to put a stop to the protests and the people leaving shit all over the fucking place that they have to pick up and stare at and trip over. But then their lawyers are like, "Oh my God, that infringes on their First Amendment right to free speech and on and on." You do not have a right to put your shit in somebody else's way. You just don't. Especially on major thoroughfares, especially on like overpasses, highways, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
I know you don't have you should not or do not have a right to put your body there, because the old protest used to be lay down on the road and hope they don't go over you.
And hope they don't go over you, but that didn't mean that you were
That's
protected from that.
that's the key thing, that you are not protected, that they won't go over you.
Yeah.
It's a different world, or it feels like a different world than it was when we were growing up. You wouldn't have gotten in. I don't know if ICE was around back then, but you wouldn't have gotten in their way. You wouldn't have gotten in the military's way of doing its job. You wouldn't.
Well, most
really
law
wouldn't
enforcement, you wouldn't get in their way because
Yeah.
they were a trusted source of enforcing the law, and in most places they adequately did so in such a fashion that we didn't have to worry about them. Granted, that trust over the years has been manipulated, and there have been a lot of bad things that have seeped into law enforcement and the judicial system that have ruined them. But whatever, we're still trying.
This is true. By the way, it is Red Friday, and both of us are in red shirts today, and we do a quick salute to the men and women of the United States military, the men and women of ICE, the men and women of the National Guard, the men and women who are state and local law enforcement personnel, and even the men and women who are first responders, because you're a big part of this as well. And you didn't sign up for a job where anyone is throwing rocks or puncturing your tires or whatever. You just didn't sign up for it, and you don't deserve it, whether or not it is legal. The bureaucrats can fight that out. I don't think it's not illegal, meaning that we can't do it, or the president can't order it. The president can't help. If you need help, I love hearing Governor Pritzker every weekend go, "Oh yeah, we're down another 2% in Chicago," and then I hear President Trump say, "Oh yeah, but 70 people lost their lives."
Yeah, it's easy to camouflage things like that when you're talking about percentages.
Yep. I just heard a quick ding. Let me go up here and
see what you got.
Good morning. Will you send me a link? Of course I will send you a link.
Yes.
So, let me go here.
More company.
More company. This is Philip Marshall. He is one of my admins in. Wait a minute. You got to put this in here and then do this. Well, no. Wait a minute. It helps if you hit the right button.
That it does.
It does. It does. It helps.
User error is not a bug.
If you hit the right button, you actually can see the link in his box, and there you can send it to him. So hopefully Philip will come into the mix and join us. I'm still getting used to this wonderful piece of technology in my lap. So,
the lappy toppy.
The lappy toppy. Well, I don't know if you heard it, but I guess while we were in Connecticut, I had a Dell Latitude 3570, like I said, that 8 gig of RAM and 10 Windows 10 Pro. And I don't even remember what I bought it for.
Right. That one that was just sitting around.
I know I didn't buy it new because I was told that the new price was $900.
Good morning.
And I knew I would never have spent that much for it.
Truly.
And I couldn't remember the password, and I couldn't remember the security questions. So I just said to hell with it and just started from scratch, like I took it out of the box.
Yep.
And much better than the Chromebooks that we were using before.
Chromebooks are ridiculous.
They can be, but my Chromebook 3 had come to the end of its line, and it was just a matter of doing everything I could to save it. I'm finding out that, like Philip was telling me the whole time, your Chromebook 3 is trash, go buy a new one.
Yeah, dude.
Good morning.
Garbage.
How
Stop
are you?
hanging on to garbage.
How are you, Philip?
New isn't necessarily easy.
No, it's not. But the whole lesson through this whole thing was, why would I pack up my Chromebook 3?
I'm well, thank you.
So why would I have packed up my Chromebook 3 and my old Android tablets and moved with them and not moved with this? And found it. My wife actually found it because she was going through the boxes that we had in storage because we had moved, and said, "What's this?" And I turned around and I'm thinking, "What is what?"
Right.
So here we are, and we still don't know how to use it, which is why we messed up this morning. Well, actually, we didn't end up messing up this morning. I messed up this morning. I hit the music and we started doing it, and we weren't actually live.
Didn't actually check for the live thing. Missed like 10 minutes of footage.
There is no music on this morning's Boogie with the Bull. For music, you'll have to come back tomorrow and Monday.
Our audio is somehow on reverb for me.
It's reverbing. Well, let me see. The only way I think I can do anything about that is to bring that down and bring that down and bring that down. Is that better? Is that better for you, Philip?
The sound is now matching the lips. I think we got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Lips,
All right.
and then it would go to
Oh, nice. So, yeah, had a little audio
it's
desync.
that new technology.
Yeah. The engineers always said to me, set your mic at 100% and it'll cut down to where it's supposed to be. And it never did. It just cut off because it couldn't. It was set to not go above 100%. But anyway, what is new and exciting on your end, Phil? Oh, and by the way, this is William Lockette. If you've not been on with William before, he is in Alaska. And we woke him up at the butt crack of dawn last night to be on at the butt crack of dawn today. So what is new and exciting on your end of the world?
Sound is gone crazy again. I'm going to back out and come back in.
Okay.
All right.
And see if that makes a difference.
All right. Try that.
Fair enough.
Let me know. Let's see. We'll go on this end.
Yeah, a little bit of lag issues.
All right. A little bit of lag.
Seems.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody's having problems today, man. You didn't push the live button. I wound up having my whole connection shut down on me for a minute.
Yep.
Phil's having audio issues.
We'll get it worked out. Let's see. There it is. Philip, are you back? Are you back? No. He's looking confused at me. Or is he frozen? What?
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So, Philip,
are you all preparing for winter?
Oh, yeah.
We are preparing
being well down here in central Florida. We're going to have a couple of nights down in the 30s, so that's going to be really frightening for all my neighbors.
It's frightening for us, and we've been here for just about 5 years, I think.
I remember when I thought that was cold. Yeah. Good times in Florida.
Yep.
Of course, when it gets down to like 25 down there with the humidity, it's really not that comfortable to be doing anything, especially like bridging on cars or anything. Yeah.
It is not. It is not. We will be on the street corner singing my favorite song, I'm Dreaming of an 80-Degree Christmas.
I miss going to the water parks when it was 70-something degrees out around Thanksgiving. Yeah. That was good fun.
Yeah. I don't know.
I remember our first Christmas down here. We had a cookout, and I was like, "Oh my God, this was like unbelievable! I'm cooking out at Christmas time, having moved from Cape Cod, Massachusetts." So,
oh man,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, there must not be anything in the world like having a barbecue and wearing ski pants.
Let's see. I think we're getting a high of 37 today.
A high of 37. Well, you stay high up there, and we'll stay much higher over here. We probably started at 37 this morning.
No,
where are you
man.
located, William?
Skagway, Alaska.
Ah,
Yes, down here in the southeastern panhandle. We're like in the Florida of Alaska.
so we're about as far as you can stretch that string, huh?
Yeah, we can't get much further apart. Yeah, I spent 5 years down there living in Orlando and around that area. Moved to Maitland. I was doing some video game testing, and then worked at Simon Eyes for a while, doing oil changes and stuff. I worked at this place called Nature's Color Nursery in Kissimmee. That was we'd ship out flowers to Tallahassee and Jacksonville and all over the place. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed my time in Florida. Got to go through Hurricane Charlie and shit. That was great.
I see it was Rosemary who brought up this morning. Rosemary Andrews asking about the price of reduced price of meat. I don't know if that was a problem, and the reduced price on weight loss stuff. But again, if people aren't eating right now, I can't imagine why you'd want to lose weight. You need that extra poundage right now to cover the 31 degrees here.
Kind of hang on. Yes,
But
sir.
I don't know. I don't know anything. And on top, let's see. Trump worried about reducing weight loss drugs. Here about reducing healthy foods. No, I hope we don't reduce healthy foods. I know that
Reducing the cost on healthy foods.
SNAP is back for November. I think it was at about $5 billion to put out the November checks. I understand they needed $9 billion, and unallocated tariff funds were allowed to become allocated SNAP funds. So I'm almost wondering if it's time to just make the Senate part of the executive branch, and they can be beaten accordingly. I think they need to go nuclear and bust up the filibuster on the Democrats, understanding that no, they will bust up the filibuster on Republicans the next time they're in charge, if they ever get to be in charge again. I don't know what you think.
Well, you know, if you do away with the filibuster for us, you do away with the filibuster for them. And that's always a thought in my mind. Anything you do that benefits us while we're in power benefits the other side. This whole thing, that's a bigger worry than everything else in my mind right now with who's getting elected. But the food issue, Wednesday, we had our weekly giveaway at the Salvation Army. And for the first time I can remember, we ran out of food. We had people in line we could not serve. Ouch. Tomorrow, I'm working a food pantry at another church where they do it once a month, and they're going to have a big emergency one. And Volusia County, the sheriff's department is collecting food today and tomorrow, and Sunday at Daytona Speedway, they're going to have a countywide food giveaway. But you're going to have to show up with your ID and your food stamp card. So it will be only 4 people that are on SNAP, which we don't do as a Salvation Army. Anybody that gets in line, we help. So that qualification is a good deal, I think. I'm more worried that we got 42 million people on food stamps than we have people on food. I mean, just that sheer number doesn't work for me. We don't have ridiculous. That many people that qualify for food stamps in the United States of America.
Well, I guess I'm the most liberal of the three of us here, only in the sense that I said, just give everybody who's on SNAP November, whether you're on it legally or not, and make it very clear to them January of 26, we will know that you're on illegally and take you off of it. And go from there. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I don't know if that's the wrong way to do it. I just, figure that that's the easiest way to do it.
Right now. A lot of the expansion that happened from the pandemic was that they lowered the standard for qualifying. So at one point, you could be 300 or 400% over the poverty line, and you got food stamps. Because my Social Security allowed me to get $19 in food stamps.
Right.
Which I can't believe it didn't cost more than that to process me a month. Right. The big shock for me was when we had a couple of hurricanes come through, and they gave me a couple $150 a month for the hurricane. I was like, whoa, I called up the office. I said, I don't want to get arrested for theft here. But I think a lot of those people are still on the roll.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I went and made sure that I was taken off of all the government roles because I didn't qualify, in my opinion. I don't need that assistance. But there might be several million people in the country who are still on that expansion program, where they're getting just a few dollars, but they count as a head on that 42 million count.
I think there's several in the country illegally that don't qualify to be in that 42 million that are getting it, that just should not be getting it because they're illegally here, as well as there is a good amount of abuse and fraud that Americans are doing. You watch that lady who's probably a star now on the internet, who gripes about, I've got 7 children. How am I supposed to support them right now? And I haven't had a job in 15 years. There's your answer. What were you going to say, William?
I was just going to say I saw that lady talking about that. It seems kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on food stamps for 15 years, and other people have paid my Section 8, and other people have paid this one and paid that one, and I'm not paying anything in 15 years, and that's why you don't have a job. No. Get a job.
Did you see where who is it? John Kennedy's talking about stopping their paychecks as long as this government shutdown thing is going on. I was like, well, that's cool. That's the first time I ever heard a politician talking about not accepting a paycheck.
Ted Cruz, evidently at the beginning of it, said, I don't want to be paid, but I believe said that when it's done, he expects to get the
retroactively, yeah. Well,
and I'm thinking, well, as much as I like you, Ted, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody
just
should
not
be
doing
paid.
your fucking job. You got to do your job. If the government's shut down, then you're not doing your job, so you're not racking up anything.
Right. Rack up $174,000 a month, plus whatever bonuses Nancy Pelosi gets. No, not when you're worth $264 million.
Facts.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see. Philip is back, so let's see if we
Excellent.
Heard his audio problems. There. Okay.
Back again.
We seem to be having some audio issues today.
Kick me out again for a minute. I don't know why.
No, I see. We bring you down to where we brought everybody else down. We should, yeah. We're all right about 70. We're all about 70%. So that should yeah, we're all about 70%. So that should keep us all going as we go through
I think
here.
Donald Trump was the first politician I ever saw that gave his paycheck back somewhere.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
I believe that Kennedy. I believe that John Kennedy. I'd have to research that, but I believe that John Kennedy donated his paycheck as well.
Yeah. I guess the rule book for president said that a check actually has to be given to the president. What they choose to do with it is up to them. But
yeah, it says John F. Kennedy donated his entire presidential salary to charity.
Yeah.
So he was one of the other ones that did that.
And
yeah.
Some presidents like Joe Biden didn't get one either because his auto pen got paid.
Joe Biden didn't get a paycheck because he didn't work. That man was never in that office.
And Barack Obama signing into the White House as Joe time, not signing in as Barack Obama, but just signing in as Joe time.
Just goes to show how seriously he takes the situation.
Yeah.
Silly.
Let's see. Philip is back, and hopefully we will be able to deal with the sound problem. Are you back, Philip?
Obama probably should have collected Biden's paycheck. He was there more than he was.
Facts.
He probably, that's the scary thing. He probably did. I'm convinced more than ever that they just needed someone who could be a front man, and maybe Joe Biden's just pulling a scam job on us all. And he knew what was going on, and he started to get involved in what was going on, and they couldn't have that happen. I thought originally when they ran him with Camilla,
If I have a couple of spatulas and a bucket full of blueberries here, please.
I thought
Thank you. Don't knock on the door when you come in because I'm online on a podcast. Okay. I'll open the door. Yeah. All right.
Okay. I thought that Kamala's job was to ride his coattails and get elected, and then use the 25th Amendment to remove him.
I thought I was on mute.
But then decided that she couldn't do that. Because I don't think people like Bernie Sanders were going to elect Kamala Harris as president. In that cabinet secretary election, I don't think they were going to elect her president.
I really don't think that Kamala had any chance of becoming president because she was not intended to be president. She was intended to be a stand-in for another black person that they liked to be Joe Biden's handler. And she didn't want the job of Joe Biden's handler. She wanted to be president. And, so they had their little internal tiffs. It was well known that Kamala was a horrible person to work for because that got out through her aides and all that.
Yeah.
I really don't think Joe Biden ran anything. This man made zero decisions about anything. And the auto pen thing is just proof of that.
Yeah.
He was too old, he was too senile, and he was too broken, and he was too old school. They knew that. His entire party knew that. Why they actually put him on there after kicking him off the years prior, when they did that whole thing where they ran 25 Democrats for president. Joe Biden was one of the first ones out because they knew that he would not be able to last through the primaries, let alone into the actual seat itself and give them the power they wanted. But then they needed something that reminded people of Obama, so they just gave it to him anyway.
Well, it
But I
wasn't
think,
Obama anyway.
yeah, exactly. It's like, who can we get to pretend he's not Obama but actually be Obama? Yeah, Joe Biden. He's the perfect puppet, and his wife
I
was just
think that
greedy enough to let it happen.
I think that Joe Biden's incompetence and inability will become the biggest asset that we ever had coming out of his presidency.
Mm-hmm.
When the
The
courts are finally
fallout from
done,
his shit show.
yeah, exactly. The fallout
Yeah.
will be the biggest asset that we get out of that.
And we haven't even seen it yet. I mean, every time we turn around, there's just so much more.
Yeah, like everywhere.
It's just,
You know, it's like the new mayor of New York City. You know, I follow a lot of financials. I've been into crypto and stuff like that for a while, and I'm going to tell you that the Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston area, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Miami, Florida, are going to be boom towns for these banking institutions and the stock market. The stock market already has thousands of people active in Texas. They've got the infrastructure there to move. It's all online now. They don't need anybody standing in the pit. That's all. That's a show. That's as big a
Right.
show as the Biden presidency was. Everything you see on TV is a show. It's staged. So they don't need any of that. Charlotte, North Carolina, after the financial crisis in 2009, when Wachovia Bank was taken over, Wells Fargo and a couple other big banks moved right into Charlotte, where the infrastructure was. The biggest buildings in Charlotte are all banking institutions. If you buy a car anywhere on our side of the Mississippi River, you're being financed through Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where all of the floor plans are, every single one of them. Nobody does anything anywhere else.
Huh.
All of these institutions are going to leave. And I think it was 10 years after, I believe, the song went, "We're going to tax the rich till they're rich, no more rich." New York is going to collapse itself. And again, the fallout from that, there's a benefit to that. The only people left there that think they're smart are going to be the United Nations. Maybe they'll leave too, and that's okay with me.
but is that the United Nations coming in because they need to come in and keep things the way they need to be, or the UN comes in to help someone like Obama because that's the way they want it to be? I don't understand enough about this whole new banking thing they want to do, QFS. One day they say it's a bad thing, one day they say it's a great thing, the next day Trump's talking about his coin. So
I've done very well with cryptocurrency. Right now it's down, and although I'm not wealthy, I'm not buying Bitcoin. I've got one coin, one full coin. I bought it in the 50,000s. It's still worth $110,000. I'm probably never going to sell it. But there's a couple of small ones I've been buying that are down in a few cents, couple dollars. I'll be happy when they go to 30, 35. But the UN, United Nations, in 90% of the countries in the world, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's 75, the greatest job that you can have in the government is to be the ambassador to the United Nations, because you get to live in America. If you're in most of those third world shitholes, coming to America and living here, they're going to give you enough money to live in style because they don't want to look stupid and poor to the other countries. It's the greatest job you can get. It's better than being president of your country.
what do you think, William?
I don't know. The UN's a hell of a thing these days. It's mostly a room full of people from around the world pointing out all the ways we're war criminals, because we're not allowing mass illegal immigration and the world to completely take advantage of us anymore. I don't see why there's so much importance placed on this group of people. Because I understand that we have representatives, but we have ambassadors that go to other people's countries. We can find out what the hell they're doing because we can go over there and ask them. We don't need them to come here and try and act like they're holier than thou and tell us that we're these horrible people because we're not doing what they want us to do immediately when they want us to do it. And we need to remind them, just like we reminded England back in the day, hey, we're our own shit. We're doing our own thing here. If you don't like it, you can fuck off. But we haven't got to that point yet with the UN, which is strange. I did.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think Trump is just realizing that a lot of money is in these other places, and because we're trying to rebuild our economy, that we ink these deals with lots of other countries. Whether or not they're good, I can't tell you. You know, I don't know enough about them all, and I'm supposed to believe that everyone is good, but you know, are they? Will we?
Right.
The United Nations are the infantry of the one world order.
Yeah.
It's the beta test.
In order for you to have someone to look at often, someone where you can have a name, or, oh yeah, he's from that country, he's from that country, he's from over here, he's from China. They're the visual foot soldiers, the infantry for the one world order.
Well, it's like how I looked at not only cryptocurrency, but then what's the other one? There's the government, which is the UN, the one world religion, which is a combination somewhere of Islam and the Catholics. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it looks like those are the only two set up to have an entire following poised to have one person come and take over. The crypto industry I look at, I don't even know where that's at as far as the one world currency thing, but I guarantee you that's the only way that it's going to be possible is through digital currency. So, there's a lot of these signs of things happening in the background and that are going to be happening in the future. And the UN is definitely one of those governing bodies that is poised to become the new standard for everything, because they're like this mega group of countries that's supposed to be so awesome and representative of their interests, and they're not. They're just not.
What power do you think they'd have if they were located in Zimbabwe instead of New York City?
None. Absolutely none. Anywhere other than where they are there.
But do we have to move it out of New York City because of Mamdani?
What do you think they'll do when he decides to try to make them pay all of their parking tickets and their speeding tickets? And believe me, if you research that, you're going to find out that people from the United Nations owe the city of New York millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in that stuff. Now, that'll be a fight with the federal government on whether or not he can do that, because they've got some kind of ambassadorial immunity for that stuff. I think that'll be an interesting fight to watch him fight.
I would love to see that play out.
Yeah.
I
More
don't see it as Mamdani gets that, but I don't know. I mean, is the UN going to move to Dallas? Where are they going to go? Is there some place?
Oh hell no! Well, that's like you're headed into Texas.
You what, Phil?
Hell no! The last place they're going to go is Texas.
Yeah.
They might go to Arkansas, but they ain't going to go to Texas.
No.
I don't know about Arkansas either.
Yeah. Sarah Huckabee ain't going to put up with them in Arkansas. She won't let the Chinese buy farmland in that state.
I read about that. That was awesome. It's like, nah, you ain't even none of you. You get no land.
All right, gentlemen, we are at 54 minutes. If we want to go to an hour, we're almost about there. If we don't, and we want to go later, we got a little bit of time. It's up to you guys.
I got to make coffee and have a cigarette.
You got to make coffee and have a cigarette.
Yeah.
And Phil's
I got my contractor on the way over to. I'm gifting my daughter a new front porch for her house for Christmas.
Oh my God, you're awesome.
I'm repairing damage from multiple storms. That's one of the byproducts of Florida. You get a few hurricanes and it's something that's old gives away, and then you don't fix it, and 6 months later you look at it and you go, Holy shit, that's going to get all in front of the
shit's
house.
starting to fall apart.
Well, the home is about 90 years old and it's made out of wood, and it's in Central Florida. That's all I need to say.
Damn. Yeah.
It's an ongoing repair process, but I decided that I have a friend that's a good contractor. He needs some work right now, and I have some extra money, and we come to a deal, and we're going to put a new porch on there for the kid.
Good deal. Everybody wins.
Good deal. So let's see. I don't know what order we want to do this, Philip. Do you want to say what you have going on and where you'll be, or do you want to let William say what he has going on and where he'll be first? Either way.
Go ahead, Phil.
Well, you all be blessed, and make sure you take care of yourselves and put away what you need to survive. God bless America, and we will get through this. We got through 4 years of Obama and 8 years of Obama and 4 years of Biden, and we got through Clinton. We'll get through this. No big deal. Keep the beer cold and pop the corn.
Yep. All right,
we'll see you next week, Dave.
Okay, Phil, you're always welcome anytime. Anytime you want to come by, please do.
All right, buddy. I see my boy pulling up, so I'm going to back out.
All right. Thank you, Phil.
Later.
Okay.
See you, Phil.
See you, William.
All right, we'll pop this one.
Nice meeting you.
We'll get.
Take care up there in Florida, out in Alaska.
Alaska.
Hope you're in southern Alaska.
Yeah, it's nice. Take it easy, buddy.
Yep. All right, we'll let you go. So Philip is dealing with his contractor, and William, do you want a minute or two to say what you're doing? I don't even know what you're doing these days.
Dude, I ain't doing a whole lot. I have been slacking this entire year. I started the year off, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do like a video a day. I'm going to do some live streams. I'm going to set up a schedule to do this stuff. I ain't done none of it. But on the other hand, I have been doing a ton of work on myself, putting things back together as they should be and motivating myself in a positive direction. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be getting more back into this kind of stuff. But, yeah, like he said, beans and bullets, boys. It's that time of year. Start conserving where we can and looking out for who we can and trying to form bonds within our communities because we're only going to have us to rely on anyway. All this government stuff can fade overnight, and it's like getting addicted to a medication that you have to take. Eventually that medication is going to go away when the zombies show up. Then what the fuck are you going to do? So yeah, make plans and take care of yourselves and your neighbors if you can. Even if they did vote blue.
Anything else? Oh, don't go
That's
blue.
it.
Don't go blue. And on that note, because I thought you said go blue, I'm going to hit the button and send you out.
No, even if they can, even if they did go blue.
Okay. All right.
All right.
William,
Catch
thank
you
you
later.
for coming by.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
All right. Anytime. You are welcome anytime. William Lockette and Philip Marshall, as I said, who is one of our admins floating around the groups and a good guy to have on too. He didn't know if he was going to be able to make it, so he made it in the last part, which I'm very glad he did. Very glad that William made it too. If you want to be on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, all you got to do is let me know. We are on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 a.m. with the capability of moving to 10 o'clock Eastern time, if that works out better for you, if you're not on the Eastern Coast, but if it works out better for you anyway, where you are, then we will make it 10 o'clock. We're on selected Saturdays at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we are on selected Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if night times are better for you, come on and tell me something you want to do, and we'll set up Tuesdays or Thursdays. We don't want to do both, because I got to figure it out on my end where I'm going to put myself, and I'm very happy where I am right now. Right here is a beautiful living room couch, and right here is the kitchen, and I'm in between both of them, and very happy right here. So let me know if you have an idea, and I'm sure we will Work it out. It does not have to be a political idea. That's the first thing people ask me. Does it have to be politics? No, it can be whatever comes out of your mouth. It's a lot more funny, though, I think, if we do something Tuesday or Thursday at 7 p.m. in the evening for that. But anyway, keep your eyes focused and see what is happening in and around you and be a part of what is going on in and around you. And that's the best I can say. Stop hearing the rumors. Oh, we've got nuclear on this, we've got nuclear on that. Make sure they have in fact gone nuclear, because the only thing they need to go nuclear on in the Senate is to go nuclear on ending the filibuster and bringing the Republican majority to be the way it is. President Trump would like that because he thinks there's a lot that we would pass being a Republican majority in the time that we have left. Is it that? I don't know. I've been saying lately that maybe the time is to be of a Republican mindset and getting us in. I'm sorry, I had an 11 alarm that went off for something that I'm going to go take care of right now. Same time every day. So on that note, we will slide up over here and hit the end stream. We'll slide over here and hit the final end stream. I will apologize, like I said, that this morning I made a mistake and I hit play the music and I didn't hit start the stream. So we started kind of rough this morning and I apologize for that. Anyway, we may be on tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock, still kind of looking for what we're going to do, but we have a large amount of time on Saturday and kind of open to a lot of different things. So, people feel free to get a hold of me and we'll have a lot of fun, even if we just meet and drink coffee or some kind of caffeinated beverage to get us through it all. Anyway, I'm Dave Glovin. You're not. Thank you for the privilege of your time. We're going to end because I got to go do something. So thank you. We'll